once a year.
That's
I'm
how ours
sure.
is. Yeah, but it has to be like 14 digits.
Yeah, at my last job, we had to change it every 90 days. And it had to be 14 digits.
Get the fuck out of here.
Couldn't be like an iteration. Like you
Oh,
couldn't
yeah,
use
of
the
the
same like
previous.
number combination.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
like it was just a fucking night every 90 days. And I was like, the only good thing is that like the login for like payroll never changed.
Yes.
But like I'm at my
think.
wit's end. Like at this point, I'm gonna have to have like the keychain thing just log me into everything. And then if I lose access to my Apple ID, oh well, I guess I'll just have to start a new life because
That's pretty
there's
much
just
what
no
I do
way.
on my phone. Like I just have to remember what device I was using when I set up the account where I selected use strong password because
yeah.
And I'm also at the point now where it's like I just will have to reset my password because I can't. The human brain was not designed for this.
My mom actually messaged me the other day.
Certainly not an ADHD brain.
No. My mom messaged me the other day. So she is down in Florida for 2 months because my aunt is having some surgery. And so she's there to like help her and help her spouse. My aunt's spouse. Obviously, my mom doesn't have a spouse. But I don't know if that's obvious. But I'm sure at some point it's come up that she's a single woman. But in any event,
at this point, I think she's like defiantly single.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Like she's single out of spite now.
Yes.
Like,
yes. Yes.
Like, because she was such a tomboy growing up that I think like my understanding is that like she always described it as being like such a daddy's girl. Like her dad absolutely encouraged her to like there wasn't a softball team in their town, so he fought the town to let her play on the little league baseball team. And like really encouraged her
like
to
advocated
like you are a sporty kid, do every sport and play in the dirt and like be Junie B. Jones kind of thing.
Junie B. Jones is totally her. Like 100%. Yeah.
It's so like I look back at it and I'm like, no
even
wonder
like her appearance.
Yeah.
Like kind of this wiry, like that totally 100%.
I always picture, it's so funny because there's a picture, I'll have to send it to you. So one of my mom's brothers wrote a book, kind of like a memoir about growing up in the 60s as a Irish Catholic family. And the name of the book is Not the Kennedys, which is just levels of irony now.
Oh, yes. I'm forgetting that your married name.
Yeah. But it's not the Kennedys, and you'll really appreciate it. So Garet and I are Garet's coming with me on our family vacation this summer for a bit. So there's actually a framed photo of JFK Jr. in the dining room at my family's Cape house.
My in-laws also have, yes.
But
we have like a wall hanging that has like JFK and RFK on it.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, no, that's
it's so culturally New England.
Yes it is.
I was actually talking with a different friend from undergrad about like how culturally Catholic the Northeast is. Like like there's certain things that like seem so foreign to us from like
especially
down
like
south.
Irish Catholic specifically.
Yes, and even like Italian Catholic, like just that diaspora population and like certain things like Palm Sunday and like weaving the palms into a cross and like doing the St. Bridget cross in particular for like certain reasons and like all these different things where like it's just how people act up here. But like then like when I think of having to explain this, like we have a group chat with PK's cousins from Germany and they keep sending us these videos of the Scotland tourists who are in Boston for the World Cup. And how the Scottish tourists had their own little bagpipe parade through the city to Fenway Park, and they like just started it on their own
tracks.
And my comment was, I bet the cops and firefighters were so mad that they weren't invited. And I got like a question mark and I was like, oh, by the way,
Yes.
firehouse and police station, especially the paid firehouses, like you're a paid firefighter as opposed to volunteer. And every police station, for the most part, will have a bagpipe corps. I was like, they mostly do funerals, but like,
yes,
I was like, they absolutely exist. And they were like, are you kidding me? And I was like, no, it's like every town.
It's kind of like to me, it is the same thing as like Canadians with hockey. Like my dad's Canadian and played hockey as a kid. Like it's just everybody plays hockey, and it's the same thing like with that.
Even like you get that a lot too here, but I think probably like Saratoga, whatever latitude that is on across and north, is also very hockey. Like that's the sport you play. You don't really do basketball, you do hockey in the winter. But yeah, so my mom is like Junie B. Jones. But yeah, so anyway, she texted me, do you know where on my phone we put my iCloud password? And I was like, in my head, I was like, I don't know. Like, I didn't know that you knew what iCloud was.
That's one of those like me to me all the time.
And
me
so I was like,
myself, do you know where you saved this?
Well, recently I realized she has not been using the Passwords app. So it must have like done that thing where like it pops up initially and she's like, no, don't remember it. Thinking that it was like the website asking if she wanted it to remember, not her phone. So anyway, I was like, well, try the Passwords app. Because before the Passwords app was a thing, she just had like a running notes app where she would like type everything, and it's a mess because she puts everything in there, not just passwords and usernames. So in an event, I was like, try the Passwords app. And then I was like, thinking like, what the fuck is my iCloud password? And I was like, is it not your Apple ID password? And she's like, let me check. I'm trying to get Family Tree free and I can't get in. Now, I don't know what the fuck that is. She's like, my uncle is trying to help. My uncle, not hers. It's a clusterfuck, LOL. She goes, I will have you help me when I get home. And I was like, she goes, Family Tree requires your iCloud account? And she goes, yes, or Apple. And I was like, well, it's pretty easy to reset your Apple ID password. And she was like, well, either way, it isn't opening. And I was like, okay, well, when you get home, I can help you out with that. But it was just that thing where I was like, I don't know how you're using your iPhone. Like it's got to be easy to reset it from your iPhone. I'm pretty sure I've done it before. Although I don't know that I've reset it. I think I just changed it because it was like, no, literally, Katie, you can't keep using this password.
Yes. And I know like with mine too, because I've always been like a MacBook user. There's times where like I have to get my MacBook involved. Because they'll want to like verify certain things by you doing something kind of like Google does, like open up the YouTube app. To Apple does the same thing. So there's just I'm convinced between neurodivergence and life in 2026, we're just not built for this. We're not built really for this many passwords.
I just like,
and everything requires a fucking account. Everything. And
why?
I'm like, there's nothing it's like wringing out a dry sponge. There's nothing left.
From the marketing perspective, I get it, but just don't save my card information and then I don't need an account. Easy peasy.
Also,
and the rewards are trash, so don't worry about it.
Also that.
Just give me the 15% coupon.
That's a beautiful mug, by the way.
This was PK's first ever gift to me when he went out to Colorado. Shortly after we met, he brought it back, and it's from like some Colorado artist, but I love it.
Yeah, that's a beautiful mug, and those like keep coffee hot forever. Yeah, I also, it's kind of like, this is when I feel like a boomer. I'm like, stop making everything a subscription. Let me just buy something once. They're really like, I saw this video. Yeah, talking about like they don't want us to own anything. Like they literally don't want us to have anything. They want everything to be like rented month to month.
Yes, because it's late stage capitalism. But yeah, no, I saw a video that was similar. That was like, if you don't own anything, then it's you're constantly chasing possessions. So like rather than like, which again, I think that we're at that point similar to like the 2008 like housing bubble.
Yes.
We're at that point with streaming services. Like realistically, unless I can torrent it illegally at this point, it very well may be we're just going to have cable and a DVR.
It's like, crazy.
And if we miss it, we miss it. And if not, fine. Like life will go on.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I can also, especially like just given like just our lifestyles, like for myself and PK, but like if we have a kid, like how much actual downtime do you have? And like
0.
when you do have that downtime, exactly how much brain space are you spending investing into a show? So like it doesn't matter. It's just like zone out imagery, not like I'm paying attention imagery.
Yeah. No, I used to like, I'm trying to think when we stopped being able to watch TV. I would say like in the last year, because she's my daughter's just like she's not going to bed at 6:30, 7 o'clock anymore.
Yeah.
So it just gets to the point where like by the time she's like fully in bed and done, it's like 9:30. We're toast. There's no
and especially
no capacity left.
I mean, I certainly remember it. I remember it as I was like maybe like 3rd or 4th grade. Just that like kind of weird transition. You're not really a tween.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's nothing on TV because granted this was also the 90s, but there's nothing on TV that late that was like compelling for me.
Right.
But it was like this time of year, it's light out. So like it was really hard to like go to bed.
Yes.
And my mom was so big on like natural light. Like not that we had like the pull down like shades. Roller shades. So they did block light, but not like, you know, like we also didn't have central air. So like if the windows were open, you'd hear noises and, you know, birds and whatever and all that. So whatever. Mm-hmm. But like it's just a hard time to settle down and go to sleep, especially because of all the naughty boys that drive by your house.
There's so many naughty boys. And we like the other night, it was one of those like we ran out to the grocery store and ran a couple errands. Like by the time I got back, it was like 7 o'clock. We still had to make dinner. We didn't even go inside until almost 9 o'clock. Because I was like, it was beautiful out.
Just like, is what it is, though.
The weather was
you kind of
perfect.
have to take advantage.
Like, everybody was having a good time, and like she was tired, but she was still like in a good mood. And I was like, you know what?
You know,
it's fucking summertime, and I'm not.
You have to take advantage when she's cooperative.
Well, yeah, and it's like it's one of those like I'm not gonna crash the party, honestly, for the sake of staying on a schedule on a holiday weekend. Like I was like, we're just gonna hang out. Eventually I was like, all right, come on, let's go inside. Let's wrap this up. But it is, I think this time of year too, it's like especially hard too. I mean, in the wintertime, it gets dark outside and I'm like, 6 o'clock, I think it's time for everybody to go to bed. Like, well, and you're so tired all the time.
I've talked about this with like every nutritionist I've had, but like for me, the change in seasons is so tough to keep my like diet and nutrition consistent, because like I don't get hungry until like for dinner until it starts to get dark out. So I'm not hungry for dinner until 7:30, 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And I don't really stay up late. I am generally in bed by 9 at the latest. Like PK, if I'm up after 9, PK is like, wow, you're being so brave.
Wow, what is going on with you?
But so it's just like, but in the winter I get home and I'm like, where is dinner? I am ready for dinner, and then I'm gonna go to sleep like a little baby field mouse.
And he's like, it is 4 o'clock. But yeah, much. No, that's totally how it is.
Yeah. So I just like, it's just that time of year where nothing makes sense. Although last night our dinner was corn on the cob and hot dogs. So we did
corn on the cob.
The corn is so good.
Yeah.
It's so sweet right now.
Sweet corn is just like, it's so good.
My favorite.
We did it on the grill, and it was just like one of those, I'm like, hey, and like last night we had, I think, leftover pasta salad. She ate chips, a bunch of tortilla chips. I had mashed up avocado. She wouldn't eat that. So it was mostly chips.
That's not what dinosaurs eat. So
that's true. She, Katie got my daughter this. I'm sure like other people have seen the Instagram ads because I've definitely sent it to myself. Like, oh, I should order one of those.
I'll see if I can find. I'm sure I have a screenshot and I'll insert it.
They're so great.
Patreon.
Those like dinosaur. It looks like a dinosaur skeleton, and it goes like over your head. And
yeah. So the skeleton head. Yeah, the skeleton head goes over your head like a helmet, almost like a motorcycle helmet, like the whole head with like the lower jaw. Yeah. So like the lower jaw is under your chin, the upper jaw and the rest of the skull is on top of your head like a helmet. And then it has like the spines going down your back, which like for a toddler, it's like the perfect size because it's like just brushing the ground. Yeah, it was just like so fun. Like PK sent it to me and I was like, I am ordering that. I don't care. And then I was like, should I check and see if this will freak her out? And I was like, whatever. Like, if it freaks her out, then we can go.
The second she saw it, she went, oh, dinosaur.
She did.
Because she loves dinosaurs. No, she's actually been cuddling it.
Great.
Yeah, like a stuffed animal.
Mm-hmm. I thought that's where it was going because when I was there, she refused to put it on.
Yes.
And she was trying to put it on her own stuffies. So like she understood the concept, like because you had shown her. But I was like, oh, this is going to be like a new stuffy for her.
Also that.
But yeah, it works out. But yeah, it was just too fun. And then I thought that your friends were still going to be there when I stopped by. So I was like, well, if she doesn't like it, then the other two kids who are a little bit older will, go nuts for it. So maybe that'll help or whatever. But they weren't there. So
hold on. The babysitter's texting me.
That's okay. Should probably introduce the episode, huh?
Oh, yes.
Welcome to episode 130, the final installment of The Bar is Ankle High. My name is Katie.
I'm Garet. I'm also trying to answer my babysitter via text, so I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Yes, you heard that right. This is, I know we just announced it in the episode that came out 2 weeks ago, but this is the very last episode that we'll be making for The Bar is Ankle High. As you heard that intro, it's a little chaotic these days. Garet also apparently doesn't have internet at her house today, or something. So as we start,
or something is a good way to summarize it.
It's just a beautiful mirror image of how we started the podcast versus how we're ending.
It really is. What a full circle moment.
Yeah. So it just is so fitting that it wouldn't go perfectly smoothly.
Oh yeah. I texted Katie and I was like, well, my internet's not working and I can't think of something that tracks more than that.
Yeah, it really does track. Yeah. As we go on.
Oh. Way to make it sad.
Well, we've had a little bit more time to adjust to the idea.
That's true. That's true. I'm forgetting. We recorded that for me, it feels like a lifetime ago.
It kind of was. I mean, it was like a month ago. It's like the end of May, wasn't it?
Was it?
Mid-May? Early June? No, June 7th.
That's it?
Yeah.
Huh.
I know.
I thought it was honestly, hand of God, thought it was months ago.
No, it was only 2 weeks ago. Isn't that crazy?
That sounds fake. Fake.
Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was. I don't know.
Well, the good news is I'm convinced it was 5 years ago, so it doesn't.
We'll never know.
Truly, there's no way to tell. No way to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it is bittersweet. Although, just running on empty. We did have an idea. We were like, what do we want to? We wanted to do something kind of special. And I know we've talked about it before. There's that woman. She probably does TikToks, but I see her on Instagram. And she does the what I've been procrastinating and like how long it actually took. Which I love. I love that series. And sometimes watch it for like a little dopamine hit.
I love those videos, and I know that I've sent them to you before, but the creator, her username is Riley J. Smith, and it's Rilee is how she spells Riley, but she does like travel and like packing videos.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Her packing videos and like her reviews of bags and suitcases and how they fit and what they fit in, and oh my God, I could just, it's like
snort a line. Yeah.
It's like methodical. It's like meth.
Oh God.
But like, it's just like so delightful. She also shared the settings recently that she uses to take videos and photos when she like does all of her content, which was also very, I thought, generous to be like, this is what I use on my iPhone 15 Pro or whatever the fuck. And yeah, so it was just like, I don't know, I just really like her. But I also like the cleaning videos where they clean out like a hoard and whatever.
Oh my God.
So
I just like can't. And it's sometimes like I have to stop myself because I'm like, you dumb bitch, you just spent 3 hours cleaning. Why are you watching somebody else clean in your downtime?
Because then I'm like, oh, they did it better, didn't they?
Yeah. See, oh, look I should have done that when I did it.
Damn.
I should go clean right now. Yeah, we were gonna do that, but the problem is my whole house is completely torn apart right now. We're having some work done, and we have like
you're getting more work done tomorrow. Although to be fair, there was no mess. There was like shit outside our house where he had like the stuff set up.
Yeah.
But inside our house was perfectly clean.
That's going to be the least of the messes that are happening right now. Yeah. And I know like we're also like nearing the end where everything should be pretty much wrapped up around the same time, but it's I can't even do the things I've been procrastinating because it's all out of my control. There's nowhere to put anything. There's nowhere to put anything. And it is truly, I think that's probably been one of the, like for my mental health, that has probably been one of the biggest benefits of becoming a parent is you don't control shit. And you just got to let things happen because my toddler fought me on putting her hair in a ponytail this morning and refused to eat breakfast. And I was like, you know what? I did force her to do the ponytail. I was like, I won't brush it, but it has to go in a ponytail. No! And we had a big fight. And then I have found that if I tell her that her father's going to have to put her hair in a ponytail, then she relents and lets me do it. So,
look, I mean, gentle parenting can only take you so far sometimes.
There is nothing gentle about an almost 3-year-old. Times are tough. So yeah, it was like we had this idea and I was like, I love that. I would love to do one of those. Like, this is what I've been putting off and how long I've been putting it off. And this is how long it actually took me. But I can't.
I did that activity without timing it or filming it. Because I have, part of it is that because I'm losing weight, so much of my clothing doesn't fit anymore. And a lot of it is clothing also for wintertime. So it's just like at the bottom of every pile. Yes. And like it, whatever.
Bulky to store. It's just like the worst. Yeah.
And so a lot of like, I have to go through a lot of things. And I have a lot of like I have a shirt from the bar review course I took, RIP John Pieper. He just passed away last month. But he it was like just an old shirt that I always used for like sleeping in. And has like an enormous hole in the armpit. There's no reason for me to have this shirt anymore other like than those are the nostalgia. Best shirts,
yeah.
It's so soft. I mean, it's a 15-year-old shirt.
Yeah. Those are always the best shirts.
But it was also like, this is ridiculous. Like, because also for my, like if I'm going to sleep in a oversized t-shirt, it's also a t-shirt that I could use to like wear while I'm mowing the lawn or something.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to wear a shirt with a giant hole in the armpit because then I'm going to have like weird chafing issues if I do that. So like it's just point. Like one of those things, like part of it is like getting rid of that stuff, but also getting rid of things that simply aren't going to fit me again.
Right.
Which like really thank you so much for getting knocked up, because that was
the so least I can do.
So I have so many leggings and shorts or bike shorts and capris and work pants that will fall off of me. But they're so comfortable because as a, morbidly obese person, I was not about to wear hard clothes to work. So they're perfect for being pregnant.
Wear hard clothes to work.
Yeah, I also don't like wearing hard clothes to work, but I went to wear I gave you a couple pairs of my I wore them all the time, but they're golf pants. I would wear them to work. And I like went to put them on for work the other day, and they were like very slouchy, and I was like, I don't know that I can pull this off.
I remember like when I had lost a lot of weight, I hadn't bought myself new underwear. And I was like, I was visiting friends. Like my friend and I are getting dressed, and my she and I are standing there talking, and my underwear is literally like hanging off the bottom of my butt. And she was like, you need to buy new underwear.
Yeah, why your underwear so look homeless?
Yeah, and she was like, they're hanging off your butt. And I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I did have to go down a couple sizes in underwear for that same reason. But also it would, in addition to that, while I was standing, when I was sitting, it would just like go into my butt crack. And then I was wearing like a Depends thong because there was so much fabric up there. So I was like, yeah, and that again, it's like it ends up in the laundry, and then it goes through the laundry and ends up in the pile. So I just had this huge, I still have another basket of clothes upstairs to do, but putting it away, hanging up what needs to be hanged up and or hung up, and sorting out as I do that the things that I'm not going to wear again. So it's just like
which feels so good.
It does feel good.
But then you're like, what the fuck am I gonna do with all this stuff?
Well, and part of it is also I'm like, oh, I like have no shirts.
Yeah.
Because I wore so many tank tops, but the problem with tank tops is that unlike a t-shirt, when you lose weight with a tank top, it just will hang. So then you see your bra. So like I can't wear that anymore. Right. Like I find that I size out of it so much faster than I would a t-shirt, because a t-shirt I can wear like a slightly baggy t-shirt to work.
Right.
As like a blouse, as opposed to a slightly baggy tank top. So, it's just like doing that inventory and like finding out what works and what doesn't work. Also, my office is freezing. So like, it's just been crazy. But also because we got those, mini splits installed, I had to move because I just have like a mobile clothing rack in our bedroom, and I had to move that out of the way into the closet. So it looks right now like we have so much room in our bedroom, and it's because I have a shitload of clothing hanging up in the closet that's out of sight. So I do have to pull that back out so that I can see what clothing I have.
The universe tends to make sure that as soon as I feel like I have like a pretty solid wardrobe set up with like all of my, like I have room for everything I need room for, and everything is like nicely organized, and I've like phased out the things that don't fit, and then I get pregnant, and I live out of laundry baskets, so I'm back in laundry basket territory, and it's kind
of my fear, honestly, is that like this time next year we'll probably maybe, if we're gonna try to get pregnant, probably start trying, and then I'll be back to stealing your clothes or stealing back my clothes. I don't know.
Like a bad penny, they're just gonna show up again.
Yeah.
I also like.
So I'm like, that's the other thing too, is that the last.
What?
Go ahead.
Oh, there must be a delay. I said something ages ago. That's all right. Keep going.
Whoops. So I've also been like defaulting to dresses and getting a lot of like knee length dresses so that it doesn't matter so much if there's like a slight fluctuation, or I could like throw a belt on if I need it to be a little bit more form fitting or something.
And layering up with a sweater or tights or I'm
so that's kind of
there's a lot of dresses right now.
Yeah.
Except I have to get ankle length dresses because I'm constantly chasing a goblin who doesn't care if I'm wearing a knee length dress. So she also is at a stage where she will just put her head underneath whatever I'm wearing. So I definitely can't wear knee length dresses. But
you don't wear shorts under your dresses?
I do. Oh. I do, but some of them are flesh colored. So it wouldn't matter.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But no, like ankle, and actually I would say probably once I got pregnant the first time, like I stopped wearing knee length dresses. Mostly because I thought all of these dresses that I had would like work for pregnancy, and they didn't, because I realized how incredibly short they become when there is a belly in the front. So I just transitioned to long dresses, which honestly way more comfortable. I can sit with my knees however, and nobody knows the difference, and it's great.
That always makes me think of that scene in The Adventures of Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn, where the woman knew that Huckleberry Finn was in drag because she like threw something to him and he put his knees together to catch it. And her comment was like, well, if you were a girl, like you would open them up because it like creates a basket with your skirt and you would know that. It was basically like the thing from Inglourious Bastards with the 3 versus 3 thing. But that's always what I think of. That's what I remember about that book.
That was my takeaway. I'm assuming that was the most important part.
My cousin Kelly is probably like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not even in that book.
It was so funny to me. She had like a list of things that she was very mad at us about.
When she came to the wedding.
Yes, I think Little Women was one of them. That was like top of the list, I think, because we were both convinced
because we said it was like
Little House on the Prairie.
Well, we said it was like Dickensian England, and she was like, first of all, it's in America during the Revolutionary War.
There was a lot of things where she was like, first of all, which just made it that much funnier.
Hi, Kelly.
You can continue to be mad at us. Still bad at that stuff. It's my memory is so bad. Like,
I mean, all the dresses were the same.
And I mean, that's
long dress, petticoat, people dying in factories. What are you going to do?
Or of consumption or something.
Yeah, yada, yada.
Cholera. I don't.
Yeah, everyone's eating poop water. And, you know, Typhoid Mary was in the early 1900s. So, you know. And then they sent her to that island near New York City where she had to live out the rest of her days because she kept poisoning people because she'd stir food with her bare hands.
And she knew.
Mm-hmm.
She knew that she had it, and she was it was communicable.
She was just like a carrier, though, which is also like crazy to be a carrier of cholera.
Yes.
Or typhoid or whatever the fuck.
Typhoid.
Like a carrier of diarrhea.
There is, I know it's
controversial. A carrier of shitting yourself to death.
I know it's controversial, but there was a Dave Chappelle shtick way back, and he would talk about how in the old timey days, if you got diarrhea, that was it. He was like you would just get, he said, like you would get the squirts, and it was like, you better write your obituary because you're done.
Yep.
That's
it's true.
That makes me think of,
Actually, one of my favorite movies of all time. It's so devastating. But it's called The Painted Veil. It's with
I love Ed Norton. So
Edward Norton and
Liev Schreiber and
Liev Schreiber, but Naomi Watts. I always get her, for whatever reason, her and Rachel Weisz confused. I think because they always play these characters that have like that short, like 1920s bob. And so like in my head, they're the same. There's also a French actress, the one that was in Inception, that like she belongs to the same trio of those people.
I'll have to Google her. Yeah, that's an excellent movie.
Oh God.
It's also devastating.
But if you haven't seen that movie, first of all, 10 out of 10, outstanding film, just remarkable cinematography.
Oh yeah, it's a really beautiful movie.
Oh my God. Just an outstanding, just a beautiful picture, a snapshot of this time in history in China. And as like the effect that white colonizers had on the Chinese people, but also like what their day-to-day lives. It's an amazing movie. And but the point is that Edward Norton's character is a bacteriologist, and he studies, like, they send the National Institute of Health or whatever sends him to China to find out why this one town keeps dying of cholera, no matter what they do. So he's there and studying all these things, but they at some point show the infirmary where all of these people look like, I mean, it's like in The Mummy where they like suck all the moisture out of somebody, and then like you're just left with like the dehydrated jerky. Yeah, it's crazy. But it's also that thing too where you know, thanks to vaccines and like modern medicine and modern hygiene knowledge, we are so far removed from seeing those things in real life. Oh my gosh, have you watched The Pit?
No, I haven't watched that.
That would be a great one for postpartum, because
that's what I have, like a couple, like I know the new season of Ted Lasso is coming out in August, so that's one of my one that I have picked out. And then I was considering The Pit too, because like obviously everybody's talking about it, and
I loved it. I thought there was just one season. There's actually two, which was refreshing, but also like each episode was like a full hour. And HBO. So it was very nice, like especially because our moms are nurses, like it I think that they actually did get quite a bit right about it.
My mom like binged that show.
But there's a point where a patient comes in with the measles, and it was at the tail end of it. So like they have all the residents, it's a teaching hospital, yada, yada, like differential diagnosis, quizzing. And they're like, I don't understand, like rash, you know, he's hypoxic, he's not breathing, has a fever, but there's only a rash on his feet and lower legs. Like, what's going on? And the main guy, Noah Wiley, was like, I know what it is. There's a reason you guys haven't seen it before. This is measles. This is the end of measles. This is what happens. And it like turns into this whole thing. The kid needs a spinal tap, yada, yada. But like all of these, but it was that thing where it's like, you wouldn't, like, I think
30 years ago,
when we think of measles, we think of the rash on your face and chest. We don't think of what it looks like at the end of the measles, and like when your body is, you think, recovering
after you've fully neglected your child and really acted wholly irresponsibly, negligently. Yes.
What really gets me about that whole anti-vax thing is that the people who are making those choices for their children are fully vaccinated. That's what gets me. That's what really peeves me. But it's like the same thing with like seeing an iron lung machine, and like it's almost like archaeologists, when they find an artifact from an ancient
yes
and you know, an ancient society, they have to figure out what it was used for, and
they're like, oh, this is to take poop out of water.
Right. Like, well, and like, you know, they're like, oh, well, you know, how did ancient Rome give water to all these, clean water to all these people? Well, they didn't really know what they were doing. They just happened to have all this sediment in their aqueducts, and it naturally filtered
the water, right?
So they like didn't intend to filter it, but the way they did it worked, so they kept doing it. It was just very straightforward.
Well, it's like the raw milk thing.
Again.
Like I, you know, on the account I have for our farm, it never fails. Like, you'll get something recommended to you and you look at it and you're like, cute farm content. And then you click on their profile and it's like, Jesus is king, raw milk forever. And there's one account that I follow that they were like, hey, do you want to know why raw milk is deadly? And it was a video of them walking behind their cow with just like shit all over the back of the cow and the udders. And it's one of those like, gravity. Mm-hmm. That's why, because they poop and it goes on their udders. And then
if I had to nurse a child by hovering and doing a wall squat over their head, because my nips were on the bottom side of my ass cheeks, I think there'd be more people pushing formula.
Yes. Yes. Or at minimum, boiling breast milk.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it really is just one of those, you're like, you really didn't pay attention in history class. You really for sure did not.
Or like, and again, it's that survivor's bias, right? It's the same thing with the people who want the wild birth. People have been doing this for millennia and all these healthy births. My best friend, from college gave birth at home and her kid didn't have any problems. Yeah, but
it was an accident.
Also, first of all, went to the doctor to get the kid checked out. Second of all, didn't plan for it that way. But it's also that thing too, where it's like, it's not just about the baby surviving. Like, so much can go wrong. There was like that reel I sent you where the woman was like, I guess she had she's like mad at her husband. And so she called him a placenta as like an insult. And so then she's a doctor. So she like goes through and she made a Venn diagram of
good and evil,
the good and evil of a placenta. And like, there's like 3 good things that it like gives your baby nutrients, filters heavy metals from your baby, and removes waste from the baby. And then everything else was like, and then
you feel also, like this, placental tissue. You feel like this, placental tissue.
Oh my God. It was like, if you loved our hormone series, reel, like you'll all hear it now as you're listening to this, because it'll just populate for you now. But it was like all these placental hormones that were causing, shortness of breath, headaches, all these different things. Like preeclampsia is caused by your placenta. Also, P.S. if you were listening to this somehow and were inspired to try to eat your placenta, it does hold on to all those heavy metals that it filters out from the fetus. So you're just giving yourself mercury poisoning. So just P.S.
Hold on, I have to let my dog in. He's scratching at the door, and he'll just do it until he destroys the door. And now there's cords. I have to step.
Oh my God! Please don't unplug everything.
Bernie, what door are you at? Burn. Oh. Come on. Get in here. Go lay down. I just... So I went over to the door. I went over to the door and opened it. And there's 2 doors in here where he could be, because, old house, confusing layout. So I go to the one door and he's not there. And I'm like, oh, motherfucker. So I go to the other door and he's also not there. And I was like, I know, I heard that. So I started having is there a ghost scratching at the door? And then I heard him jump down. He literally like scratched and then immediately gave up and left. So then he heard me and he came back. So he was at the door scratching, but I definitely had a moment where I was like, fuck.
It's Mr. Kramer.
It's Mr. Kramer scratching the door. Why does he sound like that?
He's rubbing his wheelchair against the door.
Oh my God. That gave me like that was a quick like.
I mean, that's fair. That's reasonable.
The other day, my daughter said to me, so it's like, 8:30, 9 o'clock, we're like laying in bed. Lights are all low. And she goes, I saw a ghost in the window. I was like,
well, goodbye, kid. It was nice knowing you. You got to go out the window now.
I saw a ghost in the window. And I was like, what window? The back window.
Cool.
What window is that? The back window. And at school. And then completely changes the subject. So anyway, doing really good. Love hearing that before bed.
Yeah, I'm just going to hang out in your sunroom from now on. If you
That's
don't
fair.
mind.
That's where I spend most of my time. And then people will laugh because I'm like, oh no, I leave lights on all over the place. Yeah. Because this place is old as fuck. And you're not catching me at, 2 a.m. when I have to go pee.
Honestly, the best thing about the house I grew up in is that there was a switch at the bottom of the stairs and the top of the stairs for the light switch above this, or for the light fixture
hallway
that was above the stairs. Yeah. Which was great because my brother was afraid of the dark, but so afraid that it made me afraid sometimes.
Yes, it's also like contagious.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, like it was honestly like ideal because you could like hit the lights as you were like going upstairs, and it was like perfect unless a different light was off already.
Yes. Yeah,
and then you had to run up the stairs.
My daughter has this book. There's like a series of them, Grumpy Monkey, but there's one where he's like, it was like Halloween and they're like out in the jungle, and he was like, wow, the jungle is really scary at night. And they hear a noise and he's like, I'm not scared. And they keep walking and he hears another noise and he's like, I'm not scared. And then at the end he's like, I'm scared. I'm really, really scared. And that's kind of what it's like. Like initially you're like, that's not scary. And then your imagination's like, but what if there were glowing eyes in the corner? And you're like, well, fuck. Now I'm terrified. Now I'm really, really scared.
Yeah. What if it's that you can't see it because it's still in the shadow, but it's just like every step you take, it just like seeps over like the oil in Fern Gully.
Yeah. That's the inside of my brain all the time. And I also am like, oh my God, now we're like doing work in the house. Is that going to like kick up somebody who's pissed off?
I think it'll make somebody happy because first of all, you're adding air conditioning. And second of all, you're adding a bathroom that's conveniently located. So I think they're going to ultimately be happy. They just have to like make it through this.
I'm going to kill this dog.
Your dog is very itchy today.
That's what's happening on the final episode. My dog is going to be sacrificed.
Dog noises. It really is.
Scratching like at the door.
The first month of episodes all over again.
Honestly. It's like taking a step back in time. I also feel like you smell. Why do you smell?
I thought I forgot deodorant, but I think it's just a day old.
I feel like he smells. I don't know. My nose is so sensitive right now that like everything smells to me.
Yeah. I smell everything and PK smells nothing. So that's my life.
That's terrible.
It's really obnoxious.
That's the worst. Because then you feel crazy.
He's like permanently congested, I suppose. I don't know. I'll say like, do you smell that? And he's like, I can't smell anything. I'm like, are you just like choosing not to smell anything at this point? Like, I don't understand. Like, he's like, then he'll say like he smells my body wash in the shower. And he's like, I love the way your showers smell. And I'm like, so you can smell something. Like, I don't, whatever. But speaking of intrusive thoughts, what is going on 90 Day Fiancé?
I think that Mito is one of the people I hate most in the world.
Which one's Mito?
He's the actor from Egypt.
Oh my God. So he is the new Danielle and Muhammad, obviously.
Yes.
Because what the hell?
So he definitely has a hairpiece. That's for sure a hairpiece.
Yeah.
He definitely has veneers on his front teeth, but I don't think on his other teeth. And he 1000% has lip filler.
Yeah.
Did you get to that episode?
He's very famous and he's done work, but she can't see it because she won't understand. They don't have subtitles in the US.
And then he moves here, was doing this whole like...
Let's set the stage for a moment. So we're talking about 90 Day Fiancé, the newest season. I think it's season 12.
Yes, of just it's just a like regular 90 Day Fiancé. It's not like before the 90 days or the other way.
So this yesterday, Garet's husband actually recommended it when I was over there. And so PK and I started watching it last night and we made it through like 3 or 4 episodes before I stopped being very brave and went to bed. And we were effectively like, I was essentially like live tweeting it to Garet, my thoughts on this show. But yeah, this
show, which has always just been like the purest of pure trash.
Oh yeah, it's delightful
since the beginning.
It is, yeah. And I will say, I mean, at least so far, for the most part, these couples are all the same age-ish.
I am impressed. And that I told Katie, like, that's when you know, like, the bar is in hell. Because when they like they show the significant other and they're like relatively close in age, I'm like, oh, wow,
right,
I'm impressed.
Good for them.
Yes.
But yeah, so there is there's this Egyptian guy who is a famous Egyptian actor. He's a very famous Egyptian actor. He's been in a lot of Egyptian movies. He's extremely famous. And his Instagram is just for work. So he does not post his 50-year-old Louisianan.
I think he's like 40 and she's like in her mid 50s.
Yeah. But he looks a little bit older than 40, I think.
I think he's lying about his age.
Yeah.
I
think he's also lying about his virginity status, because
100%.
What kind of virgin presumptively kisses a woman that he's giving a tour of the Great Pyramid of Khufu?
There's a scene where they're in New Orleans and they go to walk around, and I don't know how many people hearing this have been to New Orleans. It's the hottest, most humid place on the planet, I swear to God. It's like walking into a swimming pool. And she's wearing like a pair of leggings and a tank top. And this man walks out in the same outfit. And he tells her she needs to change because her shoulders are showing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, we're not going to church, so.
And you're sitting
there
like
sweaty asshole.
Like, pal, your leggings, A, are tighter, and B, what? It's New Orleans.
They have to be tight, otherwise it's haram.
So he's just, and you can just tell he's just like such a psycho. Like one of those men that's just like boiling with rage. You can just see it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's one of the worst people I've ever seen.
But then there's another Katie who
there is another Katie.
She spells it with a C, right in the beginning there. And she says that she has OCD and has been diagnosed with OCD since middle school and has a lot of intrusive thoughts. She doesn't really describe the intrusive thoughts when she says that her intrusive thoughts prevented her from looking for an apartment for her and her fiance to actually live in, because she would get distracted with other things, but like didn't really explain what she was focusing on instead. Not that we're necessarily entitled to an explanation of that, but then she also said that when she drinks, either she's in a good mood when she starts drinking and just wants to be friendly with everybody and ends up making out with anybody that
because
she can
that's
get her
her
lips
intrusive
on.
thought is
Right.
making out
or
with people.
When she's sad and starts drinking, she just wants to feel wanted. And so then she'll make out with anybody and everybody. Male, female, doesn't matter. At one point, they talk to, I think, her best friend, who says that she had to put a firm rule that you cannot use your tongue in my mouth to this girl. Like,
yeah,
I can't imagine
straight up like sexually assaulting people.
Yeah, like I can't imagine having to tell you to not put your tongue in my mouth, please. And like, hey, if you do that again, I'm not going to hang out with you anymore. Like,
it's also
and then they show
those,
her
drink, and she drinks so heavily.
Well, that's like she starts with a tequila shot every time, and it's not a tequila shot; it's a like 3 fingers of
a triple, right?
Like,
that's
this is a tequila
things,
neat.
As I've gotten older, I just like I'm just in a season of life. Like I just don't drink very much. But like I'll watch, especially reality TV, and you see people drinking and the amount that they're drinking. And then the other crazy part that I like always have a thought of is how you'll see how they're like, oh, they've done studies that like people now are drinking way less than they used to. Like previous generations of people who just drank a lot more volume of alcohol. And I sit there and I'm like, these motherfuckers are like, they're putting them away. Like she's waking up with the shakes in the morning.
Well, so they have this, I haven't gotten to that scene yet, but we have, they have like a welcome party / engagement party at a bar for her British fiance, British Josh, to come to. And
they're a couple that just makes no sense.
No.
Zero sense.
He very clearly is the kind of person who like would be extremely happy with his office job, and having a family and like a regular life. Like he is not
he's just like a very
he's not a thrill seeker. Like you muted yourself somehow.
Yep, I sure did. Realize it right after I said it. He's just a very dry British guy. Like,
yeah, I mean, he just seems very like not bland. I think he's just very normal. Like he's just one of those people that's like, well, I went to school to be, you know, I don't know, office administrator, and I work as an office administrator, and I support myself, and I have a good life, and I'm happy, and I go out with my friends, and I watch, you know, the football match, and yada yada. Like he's just regular. And she is, whether it is actually OCD or something else, she is dealing with significant impulse control issues. And these, in addition to some other things that she describes, she does this whole makeout thing, and then like but she like describes it first as like, oh yeah, I made out with that guy, and then she's like, well, I mean, like we you know, we fucked once. Well, not once, like we fucked like 3 times, but you know, and then she says to him, she says to her fiance, well, yeah, you know, sometimes I just worry because I think about like the kind of chemistry that I had with them. And as she says to her current fiance, I just think about all the chemistry that I had with them and like how great that was. But it's fine. It's fine. I don't need that anymore. And first thing at this engagement party, she's like, if you buy me a tequila shot, I'll do a tequila shot with you, to somebody off camera. And then they cut to her with like a hurricane or something, like something blue. And she can't get the straw into her mouth. Like she keeps trying, and she keeps missing it, and like needs more than both once. Hands.
Yes.
They show her,
but
it was
like
in the very.
Like
I mean, granted,
attempts.
I don't know how editing. Far into the night this was, but they edited it as if it was at the beginning of this party, that she's missing her mouth so much. Like she misses it and then stops for a second and is like looking around and then tries again and still misses. And then she uses her second hand to like hold the straw still and like guide it into her mouth so that she can take a drink. And it was
the
just
whole
like
party is slurring.
A level of drunk that is like, it's just dangerous. Like at this, like that is a
and
lot.
Like routinely blacking out. Like routinely, like every time they're going out, she's having conversations with people after the fact and piecing things together because she's like fully blacking out when she's drinking. So it is like, it's like a
and immediately slurring too, which indicates to me that your liver is done. You have a pancake.
Yes.
You don't have a liver.
And that's what I'm saying. Like she's waking up with the shakes in the morning. Like you're drinking a lot if you're waking up with the shakes. Like a lot.
Yeah. And frequently. Like that's not, oh, I'm on vacation and I never drink, so I'm going to go for it and hit it way too hard, way too fast, not realizing that is your
or this is
lifestyle.
A celebration. Yes. And there's also like, so she has spent like the last few years kind of like homeless. Like she's literally just traveling around.
She has no place that she lives. A digital nomad because she signed up to do travel pet sitting and house sitting.
That's right. Yeah.
And so she decided to do that, which is why she needed to look for an apartment, because she did that for like 3 years and chose and like told the fiance, don't worry, I know this city, I'll like find us a good spot, blah, blah, blah. Less than 24 hours before they show up, all of her shit's in a storage unit. And she's like, yeah, I hope he doesn't get mad at me. I don't know. And then like she picks him up from the airport and she's like, yeah, so good news. We got approved, but we probably won't be able to move in for a couple days. But I have a hotel for tonight and maybe tomorrow night too. And I'm like, all I can think is like that homeless family that's in Portland, actually.
It's I do feel like it's a very like Portland thing to be a little bit more easy breezy when it comes to that.
Yeah.
And truly like another example of how mismatched they are. Like my attitude, like I watch these and I see where somebody is like picking up their whole life, saying goodbye to friends and family, leaving their job, whatever else, no matter what, taking a financial hit of some form and moving to another country to where they're going to be like very lonely because this other person is going to be like their only person. How often that ends with them in a precarious housing situation. And I'm like, I would immediately be packing up and going home.
Yes.
Like he moves here. She doesn't have a place for them to live. And she has no furniture. So they do like a couple episodes later, they do get an apartment and they move in and they're sitting on the floor, which there's another couple in this season with some weird fucking dude who doesn't like furniture. Okay. And they're sitting on the floor eating breakfast. And he was like, okay, so I made a list of things that I feel like are essentials. And one of them is like a table and chairs to sit and eat. And she was like, well, we used to sit on the couch and eat all the time. So like, why do we need? So she's trying to talk him out of all of these things that he's saying that they need, which is like a bed and a table and chairs.
Here's the thing. Joey and Chandler in Friends got robbed and still had furniture. Like at one point there was a canoe and a lawn chair, but they did have seating. And that's because they were robbed.
If someone tried to sell me on sitting on the floor.
Yeah, and outside of like a Japanese like, tea house experience.
For 2 hours. He was literally like, this really hurts my back.
Yeah.
Can we like have a table and chairs to sit at? And then she starts getting like angry with him and saying that he wants to like, there's a scene where they're in the car and they're supposed to be going to this place to buy furniture. And she says to him that she doesn't know how he is with money enough to know if she can like trust him with money. And I'm sitting there like, have you seen her mattress yet?
No, they're still at the hotel.
They do get her mattress out of storage, and this thing's a fucking biohazard. Actually, I think he told her it's a biohazard. It is a twin size mattress covered in stains. Like you're gonna lecture me on if I'm financially responsible in this and like to her credit, I will say, like, he at one point, or I should say to his credit, at one point, like in the interview, he says something to the effect of like, I'm realizing now that there's so many more safety nets in the UK and there's so many more expenses that like I didn't have to worry about, that he said here, he was like, you can very easily be fucked. And I was like, that's a fair like concession to be like, okay, like I understand that.
And unfortunately, he has chosen to tie his wagon to the most fucked woman in Portland, but that is by choice.
Yeah,
that is.
I'm like
engaging in the fuckedness.
They're together, and I'm like, have you guys met before? And I think that's the most frustrating part of 90 Day Fiancé. You really don't get good breakups on this show because the people stay together when they 1000% should not. There's another couple, the guy's from the Dominican Republic, and he gets circumcised for this woman that he has an adult
circumcision for. Yeah, because he was concerned that if he was in a locker room that it would look weird. And I was like, I like turned to PK when he said that, and I was like, in what context is anybody actually, like, even if you're showering at the gym, are men just like walking around naked? Foreskin? Because like, well, because even when I shower at a gym, like, people wrap themselves in a towel when they're walking around, like, to the extent that you might like have to drop the towel at some point to put on your underwear or bra. You're not like,
I felt like this was her putting that on him. This was her being uncomfortable with an uncircumcised penis and then making him like uncomfortable.
She told her coworkers that she didn't say anything about it, and I was like, well, you made a face or something. Yeah, like there was something that you said about it, and
that's so drastic.
Yeah.
And then move right after.
Well, and then he said something about how, like, basically, I think he started to get an erection shortly after the surgery and busted a stitch. And which I said to PK, I was like, why wouldn't they give you like a mood pill or something that would prevent you from getting an erection for a period of time so that you could heal?
Yeah.
Because like scars don't stretch, but like you need the rest of the skin to heal so that skin can stretch,
because it's also
to accommodate an erection.
Skin. It's not like it's going to hold up well to strain.
No, I can't imagine. Yeah. So it was just like one of those, because I've also like, I don't know if this guy got home and was like, I'm going to look at porn. But like, I also at the same time, like,
time to test these stitches.
They can just get one while they're taking a nap. Like, it's not.
Well, that's the other thing
like,
too. Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I'm baffled that they wouldn't give you some sort of stoppage medication or like a low blood pressure or something.
Like a numbing something so that like a spray that you can put on so at least you're not like feeling things. I don't know. That's another couple that bound for failure.
Yeah, there's no sense.
The girl from Alabama with the guy from Turkey who actually seem like a decent couple. Like they like do care about each other.
Yes. And it seems like he really does care about her, which I was like, considering that she refuses to learn how to say his name, which is spelled exactly the way it's pronounced. But then she's also very much lying to him about the status of society in southern rural Alabama, and its openness and friendliness towards a Muslim immigrant from Turkey, who's brown. I mean, he's a brown guy. Like, it's not he can't pass as white.
There's a scene, I don't know if you're at that part yet. They're sitting and talking, and she's talking about like some of the like shitty things that people she knows have said about him, like calling him a terrorist and all kinds of like awful racist stuff. And she just keeps saying like,
I don't think she's just said.
She says some people are like for the deportations. That was one of the comments
she did say that part. Yeah.
And
like she told him that.
Yes. And then she's sitting there crying about how like people have said like these really shitty things and like basically just saying like they're shitty people. And I want to be like, no, girly, we got to call this what it is. They're being fucking racist.
Well, and also, baby girl, if those are all the people in your life, you are also a shitty person.
Right. And that was one of those, like, if this is not causing a crisis of conscience, I don't know what will do it. Like, I feel like it's not unusual on these shows where you see somebody in a rural area, they marry somebody from wherever they're bringing them from, and then they wind up moving to like a city that is more liberal and understanding because they're like black sheep in their towns where they live because people are fucking shitty.
Yeah, they're a fly in the raw milk.
Yes. They're like a giant cluster of E. coli in the raw milk. Yeah, that was gross. So yeah, it is like that's another couple. I'm trying to remember some of the other ones. There's
the other one is Shay and Annabelle.
Oh, is he not just like so repulsive?
Her need to thoroughly bathe him and ensure that he is clean. I was like, she's the female version of Big Ed giving toothpaste to his girl. Like
when he goes, she was in crevices I didn't know I had. I looked at my spouse and I was like, his butt crack? Is he not cleaning his butt crack?
Well, and so he said that, and I was like, yeah, I bet, bud. Like, of course you have crevices you don't know about.
Yeah.
Like, he is a larger individual, which Annabelle, so they haven't seen each other in person in 2 years. Annabelle arrives and she tells the camera, he's gotten much bigger. And like makes a comment, and I was like, "Holy shit,
bad!" Like he looks really unhealthy.
And I don't know to what extent. Yeah, oh yeah, he's also got a significant drinking problem, and I think is also a swinger.
Lifestyle parties. Did you hear him say that?
Yeah, that's swinging, and also that his best friend's daughter is like, "Well, I would date him if I was single." But then apparently, according to his ex-wife, they also have like a weird connection anyway. So she's like, I don't believe that you have not hooked up with her.
They're like, he's walking around and all those people are like, hey, Shay. Like this dude is like, he's fucking around big time. They talk about a scene where she says, because I don't remember.
PK thinks he has a huge crank and that's why he's popular.
He's like, how is it working? I don't get it. How is it working? Because this man
I guess it's that big that it pops out still. You're welcome.
Thank you for that visual.
But also he has like, I don't know if he has like eczema or psoriasis or if it's a side effect of the binge drinking, but he has, it looks like a skin disorder or like almost at one point when he had his shirt off, I was like, was he like a burn victim or something? Because it is like a hyperpigmentation that's like very splotchy.
Unhealthy. Like he's got something going on.
To the extent that he may have been a burn victim, you know, that sucks. But it doesn't look like scarred skin. It
doesn't have like that shiny scar tissue look to it.
But again, like this woman, you know, he says that the first time they met, he went into the hotel room to shower and he turns around and she's there saying, well, I'm going to bathe you. And that was their like first time naked together was like 20 minutes after he arrived in the Philippines. And then they get to their hotel when she comes to the US and she draws him like a scalding hot bath and makes him get in. And again, bathes him head to toe, including his ass crack. And then like they have this fight over how clean he should be after he takes a dump, because in the Philippines, they basically use a bidet, but more manually involved with their hands. And he's like, well, that's just not reasonable. You know, we can't just take a bath every time we go to the bathroom, sweetie. And it's just like her emphasis on it. I'm like, this man must smell. He must have, hey, stop it. Sorry, there's a cat in here, and it's just what we're dealing with.
I had to literally get up and go let my ghost dog in. Yeah, there is like a big, and then she's also like in the house, and he's got like 2 or 3 very big dogs. I was like, you can't tell me this dude is keeping this place clean. Like, it probably smells like dogs in the house.
I'm sure it does. And
then
deer.
And he's got all those deer heads all over the wall and like fish mounted. Mm-hmm. And then his daughter lives in a trailer right next to the house.
Well, next to his trailer. But yeah.
Oh yeah, because he's basically, it's like a glorified.
I think they live in a trailer park.
Yeah. And he like a community by the lake. And
right.
he, at one point, like, they take like a friend of his, which every time he says friend, I'm like, is it a friend? He had just confessed to his fiance that he was drunk at a party and this girl had gotten implants, and he said, let me see them boobs. And he was like, but I didn't touch them. She just took me behind the boat and showed them to me. And I'm like,
right.
vile. Like, who is jumping at the opportunity to show this man their boobs? Anyway, so they go out to like get their nails done or something. This friend, the daughter, and his fiance. And they're interviewing the daughter. And the fiance goes, you know, he told me that he cheated on me. And the daughter, they cut to the interview and she's smiling. She's like, I thought I was going to have to be the bearer of bad news, but I guess not. With this big smile on her face. And I looked at my spouse and I was like, that's fucking psychotic.
Oh, that's
deranged. An inside thought. That's not an outside thought.
That being said, he was also married to his ex-wife for 4 weeks during the period that he was engaged to Annabelle. Mm-hmm. So what in the Britney Spears Vegas wedding are you doing? Because also this person is the mother of his other child. But like that child isn't, at least so far, has not been shown on camera. So that child, I'm assuming, is quite young, probably 10 or 11. So you've had 9-10 years with this person as the mother of your child, and then you just cut to getting married for 4 weeks. Like, what? Because also, I mean, I think still in wherever the fuck they live, you still need to go to the county clerk to get your marriage license.
Right.
So like this is not nearly as spontaneous as Vegas.
Right.
Like, what are you doing? Unless the marriage was, we're drunk, let's get married. Okay, I do.
Yeah.
And then we're married for 4 weeks.
Right.
But like, still, what?
You're fully involved with somebody else. And I also loved how the daughter lives right next door. Like, you can throw a rock and hit the daughter's trailer. And
she has unlimited childcare.
Yeah. So she doesn't pay to live where she lives.
Nope. Her daddy bought her that trailer.
Right. He covers her expenses. She was like taking care of the dogs while he was away, like getting her from the airport or whatever. But then they come back and she's just like chilling in the house. I'm like, you live next door.
I loved his response when she was like, I don't know how Annabelle's going to take it. Like, if I just want to like hang out with you sometimes, which is a very like, as far as like a child saying this to their parent is like a reasonable thing. Like, is this person going to be okay if like I want to have, you know, like a daddy daughter date and like go and fish with my dad like we always do, just us? And he's like not paying attention. He's like, well, I'm assuming she'll just come with us. And she's like, are you not listening to what I just said?
For sure not. There's a scene where he starts giving his fiance these like pieces of jewelry that he's bought her. And the daughter's watching and she goes, well, I haven't gotten anything like that. And I'm like, this is his romantic partner, you fucking weirdo.
I will say I did think it was very nice that he was getting clothing for her so that she would feel like she fit in. I thought that was actually quite thoughtful. But again, the bar is in hell.
Yes.
And at the same time, somebody should be allowed to wear what they want to wear. But I like the idea that he was like giving her like a starter wardrobe so that she could dress American or, and not feel if she wanted to wear something that helped her blend in, she had the opportunity to do that without having to go shopping first and being overwhelmed. I thought that was very nice, but he is vile. And I don't understand how all like 8 of his first top teeth are straight across.
Yes.
Like a harmonica.
Did you get to the guy who he lives in LA, I think, and then the fiance's from Brazil?
No, we haven't gotten there yet.
He's a weirdo. There's a scene where she's like getting ready to go. They were like going out and she put on just like a little bit of perfume, like didn't spray it, just like dabbed it on her neck. And he has a hissy fit because he said he has smell sensitivity and he was having an allergic reaction to it and he has to go out onto the balcony. And then he super glues shut her very expensive perfume, which would I'd be going to war personally.
Yeah, that's very LA, frankly.
It was psychotic. And he also has no furniture.
Allergy. What is with these people and no furniture?
I don't know. But she's 10 years older than him. So she's 41. He's 31. And she's like, I can't sit on the floor like this.
Yeah, like, this doesn't make any sense.
Fucking table and chairs, you weirdo.
Like, and I understand going to a furniture store can be very cost prohibitive depending where you live. But again, there's Facebook Marketplace. There's people in your own fucking apartment building that are moving out and don't want to take their shit with them.
Yes.
Like, there are ways to find furniture.
Yes.
Like, it's just like so crazy to me. I mean, I can't. I just can't with these people sometimes. But it is like,
who else? Is there anybody else?
So good.
I feel like that might be all of them.
The drunk girl, Alabama.
I fast forward through a lot of them because some of them I just can't. Like that guy, that Mito guy. I can't stand him.
I also like that lady's daughter being like, these aren't really professional headshots. These make him look like a Instagram influencer. And I was like, yes. And like the mom was like, I don't like how this one cut off the top of his head, but he has a better eye for like how the light catches him or something like that. And the daughter was like, okay, sure.
So you know what? It is so much better for your mom to be single out of spite than to be, marrying a man who's 20 or 30 years younger than her from Egypt, who's an actor.
She would need to sign over her retirement account to me if she were going to do that. I would give her allowance.
Pay to watch those conversations though. 100%.
I would need to bring in somebody from that mediator training I just did.
Yes. Because I wouldn't be helpful. I would just want to watch.
Just popcorn.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah. So I had to do this 3-day mediator training at work, and it was very, very good. I mean, I really did get a lot out of it, but it was 3 full days from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on video through Zoom with like absolute participation recorded and expected with breakout rooms. And we had like role playing like things where like there were like 2 different like fact patterns, and either you were one of the litigants or you were the mediator. So like whatever. And it was just so mentally taxing. Like the first day I got home and I think PK called me and I was like, whatever you want to do for dinner, I cannot make a decision. So I was like, I will simply not eat if it comes down to it. So figure it out, come up with an idea or whatever. And then the second day I was like, okay, I have like brain power. I just need, like, I could make dinner. Like I had the energy. And then the third day I was like, I am dead again. So we have to order in. Like, yes. I cannot do this.
And now I have to work tomorrow.
Yeah. Thankfully it was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we had Friday off.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
So it was lucky, but it was also that thing where I was like, holy shit, that was a lot.
Yes.
But I do think it'll be helpful in practice and all that. But wow, was that, oh God, it was just so much. It was a lot of, they call it looping, where like somebody screams why they're upset at you. And then you say like, okay, so like what I'm hearing is that it's really important to you that the zoning for this farm be, remain as agricultural. And that, it really matters to you that zoning remains the same. And
that's incredibly effective. Like making sure that you're restating back to someone what they're upset about so they know you're actually hearing what they're saying.
But also like omitting any like digs or personal attacks in the moment. And I felt bad. There was a woman in the training who is from Afghanistan, has been here for 2 years, is studying for the bar exam this summer. And basically she was like, I already am doing this in a language that isn't my first language. And then trying to like flip that back at the same, like immediately is actually hard. Like very difficult. And I was like, you have every excuse to not do this. Just go take the bar exam, girly pop. Like we believe in you.
Because that's got to be coming up too.
Yeah. End of July.
Oh my God. So she's like in crunch time right now. And they're like, hey, you want to also do this mediator training? No, ma'am.
Yeah, she's probably, I think my bar prep started the Monday after Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like 5 days a week of lectures plus homework and quizzes that were like technically optional. But you also spent $3,000 to take the prep class and then another $3,000 to take the test.
Plus whatever studying you're doing on your own on top of that.
Yeah.
There
was no extra studying, I can tell you that much. Not for me.
I remember a friend of mine prepping for the bar, and it was one of those like, hey, did you eat today? Because you need to like take a minute to just like eat. I think she subsisted on peanut butter the entire time.
I couldn't tell you what I ate. I know that I drank my weight in Starbucks iced Trenta coffees with 2 to 3 additional shots of espresso in them.
Oh my God.
That was what kept me going. And then at some point I did take one of my brother's concertas from like when we were in high school. So they were like hella expired. And then I sat and studied in the library for 12 hours straight. And I was like, wow, that stuff really works. Cut to
not being diagnosed
almost
for another 15
10 years. Yeah.
I know.
And then ending up on that same dose of Concerta.
Mm-hmm. There was like a short period of time where I was actually on stimulants, and it was one of those like people just sit and like do things. You just sit uninterrupted and just read something. Or
that's how I feel about also like the GLP-1 medications, where I'm like, oh, you just don't think about food every minute of the day and like how much you ate and why did you eat that much and when
When's
can you
the
eat
next time
again
I'm going
and
to eat? Right.
When you eat again, will you be too hungry that you're going to eat too much again, or are you going to eat something and then still be hungry? Or did you drink enough water, and did you drink the right kind of water, or was it the bad kind of water? And like you just don't think about that. Oh, weird.
The whole time. Yeah.
You stop eating when you're full, not when your plate is empty. What's that?
Yeah.
About?
Yeah. No, I know. It's really like I think the stimulants was the most shocking to me. It was just one of those like,
oh yeah.
How does it feel to be God's favorite?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I just can't.
What got me with it was like instead of just walking past the like hair tie or sock on the floor, I just like picked it up and put it where it belonged and then like kept going with what I was doing. And I was like, oh.
I had a clip show up in my feed the other day, and you can tell it's like the husband like opening the door into the garage, and his wife is sitting on the floor of the garage And he said, "What are you doing?" And you could tell she was like repotting like 20 trees. She had like these little trees that she must have like, I don't know if she grafted them or what, and she was putting them in pots with soil and like had everything all laid out. And she was like, "I'm potting trees." And he goes, "Did you forget that you were making dinner?" And she was like, and I'm like, that is,
oh my God.
That's it.
That happened to PK last week, because last weekend I was like, hey, you have stuff in the washing machine. Be like, don't forget. And like the next day I like went down because there was like towels or something in the dryer, or like towels and I think some other clothes of his. And so I was like, I don't know what you have in the washing machine, but you might want to run that again because it's been sitting. And I was like, it might have smelled a little musty to me, but like, I don't know, it's your clothes. So, and then like on Tuesday, I was like, hey, did you ever start the washer? And he's like, why are you talking to me about? He's like, nothing is in the washer. And I was like, I'm telling you, I opened it and your underwear was right on top. So like, I didn't go digging further into the washing machine to see what else was in there, but your clothing is in the washing machine right now. And I really think you need to rerun it with vinegar because it's going to smell. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's just towels. And I was like, no, there's towels in the dryer. And he walked down and he's like, oh yeah, I did start this.
It's so rude sometimes.
Oh my God. I was like, I couldn't figure out like why you weren't taking me seriously. Like, this is
I was so curious,
sensitive.
like, is the twist at the end going to be that like there was nothing in the washer the whole time? Or is the twist going to be that he just like literally forgot?
He truly forgot, and then like thought I was gaslighting him about needing to do laundry.
We've definitely had things come up where it's like, why do you keep mentioning this?
That was truly what it was. And I was like, it is not like I am not a naggy person like that.
Yes.
But like, I don't know what you put in the wash. So however you need to fix this, you need to fix it.
That is, yeah. That's very relatable.
Oh my God, it was wild.
Yeah, it's like really is it's a battle every day. I think one of the things I have done for myself recently is found somebody to clean the house every few weeks, and I would literally skip meals to afford this. I never ever want to be without it. They leave the bathroom and they fold the towel really cute, and they like fold the end of the toilet paper in a cute thing, and they like do a little design with the tissues, and it's the whole house smells clean.
That's lovely.
They dust everything. It's the best. It'll be so much better when my house isn't.
That'll help too. Yeah.
Oh my God, everything's
I'm telling you though, once you get those mini splits, it's going to change your life. It was,
oh my God.
Like, we took a nap in the middle of the day upstairs yesterday. Yeah. Like, it's just always nice up there. It's so nice. I just like, I can't believe it.
I can't wait. Love it. I'm so excited. And like, one thing I really hate is, so like we've had a handful of like 90-degree days that were really, really hot, but we've also had some really gorgeous, like the last couple days, it has been gorgeous outside. And I want the windows open because there's a nice breeze. When you have a window air conditioner, you can't fucking, it's like I'm committed to having the window shut for months. So I'm just so excited to be able to like just pop the windows open when I want to and close them and not lose like all the natural light from having like a big window air conditioner in the window. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I actually got some cellular shades for our upstairs windows because now that 50% of the window isn't going to be blocked by an air conditioner for 50% of the year, I'm like, well, yeah, I'll spend them, granted, like $40, but I'll spend the $40 to get the cellular shades. And like, it's also extra nice now because I can just get undressed and not have to worry about like hiding, because the one window is like above our stairs, which like I can like I could cover, but it's like going out of my way, whatever. I can just keep it closed, still get light in, and then get naked.
Yeah. Liberating.
It's really lovely. And I mean, excited. We only just got our bill for the last month, but our from compared to last year, we used about 200 less kilowatts in energy. And we only had them for about a week. So this coming month's bill will be the real test, because last year we used like 2,500 kilowatts of energy. So we'll see. And like
it's crazy.
It's just, and like our upstairs, because it's a Cape style house, we have 2 windows for all of upstairs, and we had a air conditioner in both windows. Yeah. So, and we would have them both going overnight. Like we wouldn't run them during the day.
But then they're like would have cranked all night to try and compensate and keep it cool.
And then we have to take it out, but we have one in the office here, and then we had one in the dining room. And so like we're also maxing out the volume on the TV whenever we have to watch something. And it's like, obviously I couldn't have the AC running while we were recording. Not that it's going to matter going forward, but like couldn't have the AC running while we were recording. And it, again, like this room in particular, like this is where the cat's litter boxes are. I would love to have both these windows open so I can get that cross breeze and like clean this air out.
Air it out.
Gnarly in here sometimes.
Right.
So like, it's just been amazing. So folks, especially if you're in New York, there's a hell of a rebate opportunity for you. I would recommend looking into the air pumps. They're called like a mini split heating and cooling system. So we got it obviously primarily for cooling. We haven't decommissioned our radiators yet, but it's plausible that we will be able to. So, which would also be cool to get that square footage back.
Well, and for us, like, I think the heating was just as much a clutch thing as the cooling.
Yeah.
Like we bought a bunch of the because our windows they're old windows. So putting a window air conditioner in is like not ideal. So we had like those rolling ones that have like the tube that go out the window, but they have to be drained and you have to tip the whole thing.
Yeah, the portable ones.
And they worked really good the first year.
Oh, I don't drain
like they like don't they turn off. Ours stopped working. So like,
oh my God,
until we drained them. So like they just we had not cooling.
Was it last year or the year before? The hose became disconnected. So like I came home, turned it on when I got home from work, and then I went up to bed and it was like even hotter because the exhaust hose was blowing into the room instead of outside. And so then I'm like trying to reattach it while it's blowing hot air into my face. Yes. Like you remember how last winter I had to fix our Christmas lights during a rainstorm and the water went down the roof into my sleeve? Yes. I would rather have had that happen than the hot air blowing into my face in even hotter room.
Yes. Like, one of those early like 90-degree days that we had like in the last couple months, my spouse was like, I got the air conditioner set up. I got them turned on this afternoon. Everything's going to be nice and cool. So we come upstairs to like get ready for bed and bath time and everything. And it's 80 degrees up here. And I was like, hey, I know you said that you got those running, but it's like hot as fuck up here. So he comes up, it turns into like this 2-hour him trying to find because the portable ones were not working anymore, find a window air conditioner to put in each room. So he's like trying to do that. I go into the space where we had one of the portable ones and I was like, it's so hot. I said, like, if I put my hand up, the air's hot like there's a heater on. Mm-hmm. He realized that when he set up the portable air, he didn't open the storm. He thought it was a screen and the storm was down. So it was the same thing. It was just circulating that air, that hot air back into the room. So it was effectively
he made molten glass.
It was literally like we had a heater going in the room as opposed to air conditioning.
And it's a much more efficient heater than it is a cooler. I can tell you that much.
And our house is our primary heat source. We have like old hot water baseboard radiators, but they're heated with oil. And our oil tank is above ground. So you can't just get heating oil. You have to get like a blend because it'll freeze. It like gels when it gets really cold. So
definitely a good year to have an oil-based heating system for sure.
Oh my God. It was so fucking expensive. So this year we'll have the mini splits, which have the heat, which will help offset our oil bill so that that's like more of a secondary heat source, not a primary. And then we're getting another wood stove put in so that we can also offset with wood, because it was like, and I'm going to be home. I'll be home during the winter on maternity leave. So it's like, we're going to have to keep it. Plus with a baby, they can't regulate their temperature. So you really do have to keep it like a little bit warmer.
Yeah. Fucking losers.
I know. What is wrong with them? So it is going to be much better this year. So we're both just like very excited. But that night where it was literally like 10:30 at night by the time he got everything fixed. It was one of those, he goes, I don't care if it costs $10 million. We're getting mini splits put in. And no sooner, like, I was talking to you and you were like, that's it, we're getting the mini splits in. I was like, oh, we had the same conversation yesterday.
It's so crazy to me how often your husband and I have like a shared brain connection.
Yes. You're both screaming about the same thing at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Although I do hope that my advice helps him when your crazy former owner shows up today to grieve her father's ashes or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. I mean, the podcast is ending, so why not? So the people, not the people that we bought this place from, but the people before that, lived here for like 40 years. And the parents eventually both passed away. And the children who were, then closing out the estate sold this house to the people who bought it before us. And the people before us only lived here like a few years, 2-3 years. So it was we had been here, let me see. So it was last Father's Day. So we had not been here that long. I've met this woman now twice and have been insulted like both times. The first time she came here, so this is the daughter, she lived here for like, I want to say like the latter part of her childhood, so like definitely her teen years. And I will say, like, I think that this is a place that tends to be like port in the storm for people. Like, people feel very connected to this farm. I absolutely respect that. But she
also was paid to be disconnected from the farm.
She got you can look things like that up. And we could see obviously what it was sold for the previous time, but also information on the estate that she was the executor for. So she, got her cash out, and maybe 2 weeks after, a week and a half after we closed, and we weren't living here, so we were driving back and forth between our old house and this house on the weekends and trying to like get some stuff moved and like also take care of this place because nobody had lived here for a little bit. It had been like really like 6 months. It had gone a full season, so things were like overgrown, and we were just trying to like throw anything we could at it. It was a really stressful time. So anyway, so she showed up here unannounced and was in the kitchen and was getting like kind of choked up. Like, she's looking around, and the kitchen has this really amazing wood ceiling with these old like hand-hewn beams. Like, it's just a very unique space. And she's getting emotional.
Like when you think of like a cottage kitchen, this is the kitchen that you would have. Like, there's also an enormous hearth, with a huge mantle, and I mean, it is very cozy. It reminds me of the witch's house in Brave.
Yes. Yeah. And I was kind of like confused by her visiting. And I said something about like how we weren't moved in yet.
I remember when you told me, and I was like, why?
Yeah,
she was there. I was like, why did she come see you as you're moving into this house?
And I said something about how we weren't moved in yet. And she made a comment like, oh, well, I figured it had been long enough since you closed that you would be here by now.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope. And I said, well, do you want to walk around like and take a look at the house? And she goes, I know what the house looks like. And I was like,
Yeah, she was particularly cunty.
Real sweet.
Considering the second interaction you have with her.
So then she comes back. So that was in like October. She comes back in June on Father's Day. So it's like a Sunday afternoon. And my toddler was napping. And we had just gotten her put down. And somebody rings the doorbell. So now, you know, everything is chiming in the house. And my dog starts barking. So I check the camera and I'm like, oh, fuck. It's that lady. I was like, maybe it's just something minor. Like maybe, you know, she doesn't like actually need to talk to us. And then she rang the doorbell again. So I was like, motherfucker. So I go to the front door and I answer the door. And mind you, to walk to the front door, she had to walk through a whole area that I had completely torn apart and was putting in perennial gardens. So like things were torn apart. There was like wood chips down. Like it was crazy.
Obviously doing work on the farm.
Right. Right. You could see there was just like projects going on all over the place, which has not changed. And I answered the door and she was like, oh, saying how she wanted to visit with this tree, where her, it was like a tree. I don't remember how she phrased it, but
it's
essentially
a tree in a hole in a hole in a bog down in a valley.
Kind of. Like it was this tree that was planted, like there's a plaque underneath it, like in memory of her dad. And I was like, it was Father's Day. She wanted to visit with the tree. And I was like, I said,
but didn't she also make a comment about how long it took you to get to the door?
Yes, she did. She said something about like, you know, she wasn't sure if I was going to answer or something like that. And I was like, I hate that you're showing up here unannounced and I'm having to explain myself to you.
Right. And also this house is put together like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Truly.
Fuck you. And you know this, little miss. I know what the house looks like.
Right. Like you wind up spending all of your time effectively in the basement where the kitchen and like family room are. And like your laundry room is and your access to the backyard and the sunroom. It's all downstairs. So she made some kind of comment about that. And then she said she wanted to go visit with this tree. And I was like trying to be nice about it. And I'm like, you know, take whatever time you need. We'll give you space. You know, like I'm not going to run the tractor while you're trying to mourn with this tree.
Right.
And then she said that she should have brought pruners with her because the tree is so overgrown. And I just stared at her and I gestured. I said, it's been a little busy.
Because that was also like right after that huge tree had fallen over, wasn't it?
Oh my God. Yeah, it was. It was. We had just lost a tree.
like a 60 or 80 foot maple tree. Yeah.
Yes. Randomly. So yeah, it was just one of those like, you know, I'm generally like, I'm pretty amiable. Like I can like make small talk and, you know, be polite and the whole nine. But it was just one of those like, ma'am, you're not paying the mortgage here. You got your payday and you pieced out.
And it was a steep payday. Like
it was a sizable estate that she inherited.
She's good. And I just think that like the little jabs are the kind of thing where like this is what we were talking about at my wedding, right? Like my stepmom will like say these comments and then like she walks away and you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
Yes.
What just happened?
Yes. And I've known people like that. Like my grandfather was married to somebody like that. Or who would say it with a tone that it doesn't initially register as something nasty to say, but then you're like, oh, fuck you. Yes. Like, why did you just say that?
But then it's like the moment has passed. So it's like, wait, if I react now, I'm kind of the asshole. And it seems like I'm overreacting to something like all I said was blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Like So anyway.
So Katie, yesterday
I offered some advice.
Gave my spouse an unneeded pep talk. If there's one thing that man needs, it is not a pep talk.
Yeah.
But so this morning I was coming up.
To be fair, he was also, he was suggesting, you know, holding a chainsaw during his conversation with her.
He was. He is really hellbent on cutting this tree down.
So I did try to temper that.
And like my attitude is I'm more like passive aggressive with it. And I'm like, oh, you want to do that? I'm going to put a fucking walk. Like, it is literally going to look like the Washington Monument the next time you show up. Like, it's going to, everything's, well, maybe not the reflecting pool. It's going to be, you know, perfectly manicured and a nice little walkway, and shut the fuck up when you show up is like my attitude. His attitude is, I'm going to tear down this fucking tree in front of you.
I mean, I would probably do like hydrogen peroxide on the roots so that the tree just dies. And then the next time she comes, it's like, oh, I guess your dad killed the tree. That would be my passive aggressiveness.
Also likes to take dumps under that tree, which,
yeah,
you know, apparently he was.
Which maybe you could also say when you see her, like, hey, if there's a barn cat taking a shit there, we'd ask that you not disturb it. That is our cat. And she's very, very important to the ecosystem.
Could not hate people more. You see her and you're like, Junie, and she looks at you like, fuck you, and runs like every time. So the thought of being like, it's very important to us that Junie remains undisturbed.
She's an integral part of our farm ecosystem.
she is, though.
It's critical really that you respect her space, including her toilet space. So please don't disturb the ground.
Sacred ground that she's taking a dump on. It's just so funny. Like, you'll pull in the driveway sometimes and she's just like squatted under the tree. So yeah, that tree has been like really. People don't believe me, I feel like, when I tell that story, where I'm like,
because it sounds like something out of Schitt's Creek.
It does. And it feels like it.
It sounds like Roland shit is going to be like, well, we've always had family come and say this, and, you know, I just don't understand. Like, you just hate tradition?
Yeah. So we were like, all right, Father's Day weekend. She's probably going to show up. So yeah, he's ready. He's ready. He can't wait.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the Ring camera footage to get sent to me.
I wish that the camera that we had, because it caught it last year when we had this conversation, I wish that it could have caught my face. All it had was my back, but of me being like gesturing around at all the stuff going on. Like, are you serious? Yeah, that fucking tree, man. That has been. So I'm interested to see. I'm sure she will show up.
Also, like, why would you prune a tree unless it's impinging on like a fence or a power line, like, or your house? You know, like.
I didn't realize I was supposed to like prune underneath it so that you had room to crawl under it. I don't know.
Hump your dad's ashes.
The use of the word hump is diabolical.
I feel like I should be there when your husband has this conversation.
So this is like me being in the hypothetical of your mom being on 90 Day Fiance and me just wanting to see the conversations. This is you being like,
yeah. Like, I talked your husband off the ledge yesterday, but this is going to be me like ramping him back up. Like
it's going to be like Evel Knievel.
When, yeah, I was going to say like when Wile E. Coyote lights, like ties himself to a rocket and then like lights the fuse.
Yes.
I'm going to be lighting the fuse as I tie your husband to the rocket.
Yes. It was kind of like he had a conversation with somebody who had issues with like various like municipal employees, you know, for like a variety of different reasons. But he would go to the sheriff's department and get a trespass order so that they could not go on the property. And when you get one of those, they have to be served with it. So he is now ready to have everybody and their fucking brother be served with a trespass order. So I'm sure he would love to have that served with a branch from the tree.
At some point my parents were going to court over something. I don't fucking know what. All I know is that the sheriff showed up to their home to serve whatever the papers were. And the only reason I know is because my stepmother had a fucking conniption and brought it up to us about our mother sending the sheriff to her house. And my mom was like, I didn't send anybody. Like the attorney's office like send something to get served. It's not like,
but also
like, yeah, And also, don't talk to my kids about it, you fucking weirdo.
Wild,
Jesus Christ, they're just knocking on your door. Relax. It's not like they're showing up like with SWAT.
I did make sure at Katie's wedding, when her stepmom complimented me on my dress to pretend I couldn't hear her 3 times. So she said, "That's a beautiful dress." And I went, "What?" "That's a beautiful dress." I was like, I can't hear you.
My understanding is that there were some very spicy looks exchanged between my dad and my stepmom during my dance with my mom.
I wouldn't have been able to see it because I was hysterically crying the whole time, as was my spouse. In any of the pictures from the two of us were like bawling. Like, I thought it was just me, and then I looked at him and he was like, so any pictures that you have from the photographer, the two of us were hysterically crying.
Oh my God.
So if you want, you can just
I do love the song that we danced to.
Oh, it was beautiful. You can put our pictures on like your dad and stepmom's bodies.
My cousin suggested for the barbecue that you won't be there for, but the theme, he suggested that the theme should be like the Kennedy Rose Garden, like garden party.
I love that.
And said that he was like, you can use like Chat GPT to put your faces on like pictures from Jack and Jackie's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, do you think that someone in our family is going to make a dark joke about like a Kennedy curse or something? And
he was like you right now.
Well, I was like, honestly, I was like, well, if I'm thinking of it right now, then I know the guy that wrote the book, not the Kennedys, is absolutely going to say something about it. So I was like, and he was like, just let him. And I was like, okay. I just,
if you insist,
don't know if that's considered foreboding. But
as long as you're not lobotomizing anybody, I think it's fine.
Well, there's still time. So
that's true. I volunteer my dog as tribute. She needs to lobotomize somebody.
Yeah.
He's terrible. He's a terrible little creature.
I still can't believe he's still kicking, frankly. But
I sent Katie a still from our security camera, which I also sent to another one of my friends who hasn't seen him in a few years. And she wrote back to me, "He's looking rough." I was like, not rough enough.
Yeah.
Of course, the picture I sent was on a day where it was pretty hot and I was doing yard work and I had given up on clothing and I was wearing compression socks and maternity shorts and a bra. And that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Just gave up on a shirt.
And then the teenage neighbor was like heavy breathing against his window.
Oh my God. I forgot about all the jokes that were made about that. I'm surprised Patrick just didn't pop his head in. Like, hey, you know who was enjoying that? God.
Oh my God.
Heinous. Absolutely heinous.
So yeah, it has been 4 years of podcasting.
Almost exactly.
Which is crazy to think about because it also feels like it hasn't been. Yeah. This is definitely when we first started recording, was like the third weekend in June, I think.
Yeah. That's wild.
And yeah, I can't believe it's been 4 years and like how crazy our lives have become since then is just like bananas to me
so
as well.
Much. Yeah.
All things considered.
Yeah, I wasn't, that was before.
So much. You have a kid.
Yeah. Plus. It was before I got pregnant the first time. So it's like crazy that like in that time, now there's another spawn coming.
Yeah. It was like a year and a half before you got pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And yeah, I wasn't married. I was with PK though. So got that going for me.
Yes.
I had already texted him the screenshot of our conversation.
Yes, you did.
To him.
Yeah, that's true. So you had gotten over that embarrassment. Not that there was a lot of embarrassment, you know.
Well, I mean, there was, but it was just, you know, as I said in my vows, that was when I knew I had no choice but to marry him. because there's no coming back from that otherwise.
True.
But yeah, I mean, PK and I weren't living together. It was, and we were recording at your old house.
Yep.
That had, I think, a single copper wire providing all electricity and internet to the entire building.
Yes, all utilities were done through one wire. And you know what? There was water in that wire too, because, you know, our water also used to get shut off routinely for a water main break. And then the power would go out and it would never get turned back on. And then we found out that our internet line was fried.
Cut to today, where your internet is also not working.
And you know, it was funny. I didn't realize it until I like sat down. I was like, oh, fuck. Because I usually would plug in with our Ethernet cord. So I would have like a direct connection. And now because everything's torn apart, I'm literally sitting in my daughter's room. So it was.
I was wondering because you had said like, well, hopefully I can find my mic and my headphones. And I was like, why were they moved?
Because they were in the office. That's not an office anymore. I had everything set up in my spouse's office, but now that is going to be the nursery. Which I was saying to somebody recently. I was like saying how I'm just like, so I want to nest. I have that desire to like get things like washed and folded and put away and like set up and just be done with it. While I physically feel like I can, but I can't. And they were like, well, how's the nursery doing? And I was like I have pretty much everything in there. I just also have to paint the room and then like put everything where it goes. And they were like, okay, so there's not progress there. I was like, no. But
to be fair, I have no problem painting, so I can come and help you paint.
Since be careful.
Husband put a moratorium on it.
So it's worth noting with these mini splits. We had this like the previous owners put this huge like stick-on mural. And I kept it up because I thought he loved it. And he thought I loved it. So we've just had it up this whole time. And I painted the entire room a very specific shade of green that matched this mural. So now with the mini splits, we had to take it down, which he literally like sprinted into the room to tear off the wall. But now I'm like, okay, well,
yeah. So yesterday,
I don't really like the green that much, so I want to repaint the room.
Garet mentions that, So Garet mentioned that yesterday when I was there, and her husband was like, "You can fuck right off if you think I'm painting that room again."
Yep.
He like absolutely instantly crashed out, but that's okay. Yes. I can help you paint immediately. It's not a big deal.
I'm definitely going to be taking you up on that because there was so much fucking painting that has to be done right now.
Painting and organizing someone else's house is so easy for me.
Oh, well, guess what?
So don't worry about it. Is like
Christmas for you then. Yeah, I have to tear all the stuff that has to come out of the nursery and I have to organize all of the baby clothes that are in there. Like I have all the stuff, but it's also like between being home with a baby and then moving, it was one of those like, this is for future me to deal with. I'm not dealing with this now. So everything's in totes.
Yeah, unfortunately, now you're future you. So
so yeah, there's a lot of like clothes that have to be organized and painting that has to be done and laundry. Yeah, the house is a shit show. It's a shit show. A friend of mine was like, I just love this kitchen. I was like, well, that's good because everything else in the house is a nightmare right now. It's covered in dust. 500 layers of dust. And everything is moved all over the place. I have there's not one room right now that isn't. Actually, this might be the only room. My daughter's room might be the only room that is not partially torn apart. It's great. Highly recommend.
I actually have to, after we get off this call, I have to list a bunch of my old Rothy's on Poshmark. because I'm overrun. So
that feels like homework to me.
I know, but since I have the light up, I'm just gonna like put a towel down and like have it as a backdrop and just take all the photos at least, and then I can list them.
It's just God.
Oh yeah.
Just the worst. Did those sneakers fit?
Yes and no. I'm gonna end up selling them.
They were like sliding off the back of my foot.
They weren't sliding off the back of my foot for me. Like they fit there, but my toes were really pinched. And it's not like they stretch. So I was like, well, it's like, I'm not going to wear them barefoot because I don't trust that I won't get like the gnarliest blisters from that fabric.
Oh, yeah. Because it is like not netted, but kind of. Yeah. It's kind of rough on the inside.
Yeah. I just don't like, it's just not worth it to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna, and that's the only thing with Rothy's is that like, at least with like a leather shoe, if it's a little snug, it'll break in and you can stretch it, but you really can't with Rothy's. So if they fit, great.
I have some that like I love. But I also have like pairs that I ordered that just like never worked for me, and then it's like returning them. And they're so expensive that it's just like it's just such a whole thing.
I know. Yeah. So I'm just gonna. I mean, I've also had most other than the ones you gave me. I've had them for like eons. Yeah. So at this point, like, whatever. I'll just sell them and get rid of them.
Some of them might even be like special edition ones.
Some of them are actually. Yeah. Some of them, I know one pair in particular was like a Black Friday only release. From like 2019.
Oh my God.
So I know 2018 maybe even. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
And they have like a real niche following. Like people specifically like seek those out.
They're like the Teaks ones.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think it is pretty crazy that we did this a full 4 years. Especially for two people with ADHD.
I know. Honestly,
and we did it consistently.
I was very surprised that you wanted to come back for season 3. I thought for sure you were going to be like, no, I'm good.
I was very concerned.
But yeah, no, really guys, this has been such a fun project for us. We're so glad that you guys got something out of it. And you know, it is ultimately all your fault that we're breaking up because we didn't make enough money off of this to quit our day jobs, but so it is on you guys more than it is on us.
Yes. We're faultless.
Yeah. So definitely, you know, it's all on you. But for housekeeping purposes, our Patreon will be open through the end of July. And then at the end of July, it'll close. So Patreon subscribers, you'll get this video and then that'll on July 5th. And that'll be the last episode that we release. So you'll have for the rest of July to listen to all of the back catalog, special episodes, bonus episodes, the whole 9. And then it'll be archived or whatever the fuck. I hope. So unless something goes wrong.
Classic Katie being like, this is what will happen. I think, maybe, I don't know.
But you will still be able to listen to the episodes on your regular podcast catcher. We'll transfer it over to an RSS only feed. So all the episodes will still be there for you to listen to if you want to re-listen or whatever. It's just there won't be anything new. And also when we go on vacation this summer, Jamie, the neurodivergent nurse, will be going on vacation with us. So still follow, I guess, us on social media. I'm sure there'll be some pictures. I'm sure Jamie will post something.
Yes.
But yeah, there's also a chance that we'll end up on her podcast in the future if she's still making episodes. I don't think she's put one out in a while, but
spots.
Yeah.
Or if like, I'm sure if something comes up too, like if there's something wild that happens, we can, because we all know what we're waiting for.
I know
that news.
I am intending to bring we have a mag of Veuve champagne on standby for when he dies, and I am intending to bring that with us to the Cape just in case.
It's a good omen. That means it'll happen.
I think you'll be close enough to your due date that it won't matter if you have a couple sips.
I'll be having I don't care when it happens. I'll be having at least a taste of champagne. That has been my one request. I was like, look, I want it to happen as much as anybody, but I would really prefer it happened after I give birth so that I can have like a full glass of champagne and then another full glass of champagne.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a reasonable ask. I think the rest of the world can wait on their celebration until I deliver my spawn.
The only thing that would be cool about it happening when we're at the beach is that it's also Massachusetts and there's definitely fireworks everywhere.
Yes.
So it would be a hell of a party in general, which would be really fun.
True. That's true.
But I do understand. Yeah, and I do understand wanting to be unencumbered when it happens. I do get it.
Oh my God. What a time. But I'm proud of us. I think we've done a good job, and I think we've been really consistent, and we've learned a lot, and I think other people have gotten something from it too. Like, even if it was just us that benefited from it, it was still a good experience, but I think other people got something from it too, which is something to be proud of. Yeah,
absolutely. And I'm also very proud of us for knowing we're at our limit.
Yes.
That rather than trying to like force it,
yes.
And getting resentful
or burned
of the
out
show or each other or whatever, you know, we can just end it, and you know, I can unplug a bunch of these cords.
Look, take it from me. You can unplug them all the time.
You can just run through them. Sometimes when your spouse spends a solid 45 minutes plugging in all the cords and checking the sound levels, you can just stand up and unplug all of them.
And my marriage survived it.
Rock, paper, scissors on who has to tell him what happened.
There's only been a couple times in our marriage where that has happened, where I'm like, I just want to teleport someplace else right now. That was one of them. And the other one was when I very impulsively was running the tiller on our tractor and broke the PTO shaft, which is what runs the attachment on the back.
I remember
from
that
the tractor. And it just, like, in fairness, was not my fault. Happened randomly, just snapped off. But that was another one of those, I'm just going to change my name, I think, and leave. I'm going to live on the lam now. And it's like so stupid because he was just like, and then fixed it. So it's definitely just me being dramatic. But yes,
I was also nervous when you unplugged all the cords, to be fair, because he was so sick of our shit by that point too.
He really was.
He really did not want to talk to us at all. He was like, good, they'll be occupied for 2 hours.
Yes. Oh my God. Well, yeah, I think we've done a commendable job, and it's been super fun.
It has been super fun. I did love this. Also, this podcast followed me through 3 different jobs, which is pretty crazy to think about.
It's followed me through 3 different positions at the same place. That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Look at us go.
Yeah. As
growth.
We go on. We.
But obviously, you can still find us on the social medias.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows what I'll post on the ankle high TikTok now that we have no content?
Yeah, something crazy, I'm sure.
Probably. I'm sure it'll be just the most diabolical.
She'll use the word humps.
Of consciousness.
She'll definitely use the word humps and flaps.
Look,
flappy doodles.
I mean, gangrenous flappy doodles. What a time.
So proud of it. No regrets.
No regrets, actually. That is true. I do. This has been a lot of fun. And I'm very proud of how brave we were.
Me too. We have been brave
doing this.
Yeah. I think it's impressive.
So, me too.
Well,
anyway, we'll catch you on the flip side, I suppose.
Yeah. You know where to find us.
Mm-hmm. We'll be on the news when Trump dies, for sure.
Street interviews. Yes, we sure will be.
And streaking interviews.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If ever.
Very plausible.
Yeah.
Yeah. When else would we do it? So, until next time.
Stick it to the man.
Stick it to the man and be brave.
Yeah.
Because the bar is ankle high.
Mwah.
Mwah. All right.